and angry when we see somebody else succeeding in life. You know, it's a lot of people get jealous for no reason. I had somebody call my phone and tell me that I did something that I know is out of my control. You know, I had one guy slam the door, come in my office and just act a fool and still got the same thing he was supposed to get. You know, a lot of times we're angry inside because things are not working out the way they want to work out. I'm mad a lot of times. I'm not taking it out on nobody because I know where my anger will take and lead me. Okay? A lot of people want you to do this and this and that, but when it's time for you to do it, they're gone. They disappear. They sit back laughing. They laughing with some people that laughing at them. And they think they got it going on with their friends. People want to buy people in this society today. You don't have loyalty no more. I was talking to a guy friend of mine on the telephone. He's in prison. And he was telling me how it's so many snitches in the society today. And I just don't understand that. How was people snitching and they're not credible when they was facing certain criminal activities themselves? How was that even allowed in the justice system? You know, you have to have credible witnesses. You can't have people that done broke the laws and be on a stand for a witness. So it just really puzzled me how the justice system allowed this in the court systems. You know, we supposed to take an oath, justice for all, you know, and you have an oath to make sure that everything was credible. You know, this is the Gidget Lewis Show. We getting off in intense into knowledge. We need to have full knowledge of our surroundings and our social settings and our communities. You know, and it really broke my heart for Kirby John. You know, he's facing a big trial and he had to cop out and they finna sentence this man that's over Windsor Village Church. Something about some Chinese buns. You know, and Pastor Kirby have helped the community so long. But not only that, I was heartbroken when I heard about the NDoubleACP. You know, when you set up a non-profit organization and when you invest in some bonds and God take you higher, people will come back and bring your past to haunt you. They will dig up things that you forgot about to try to destroy you. But that's when you have to take a stand and file bankruptcy in order to come back up. When you are building a name for yourself, people will dig deep to throw stones in your back. You have to be careful in society, especially if you're an entrepreneur trying to go on the path. Politicians have it hard. When they go after each other, they bring up everything they know on these ads. It should be against the law. You know, people say, oh, they scandalized my name. I'm going after them for defaming my name. You know, it's a law. You can do that. Harassment, assaults, all those are laws. Sexual assaults, you know, you can go after people for that. People love to sue. But one thing about it, when I walked up into the First and the 14th Amendment Court of Appeals, it's empty. We use the law in different aspects. We need to use the law to change laws. When I went into the law library, do you know in 1981 the law, in 1918, you have to understand what you're living in today, society. We're playing games with our neighbors, but we need to learn how to love our community and bring it to unity. You know, a lot of the artists back in the days, they was like, we are the world. We are the people. God is showing us through these epidemics that's spreading throughout the country. You can't love money. Money is the root of all evil. richest and the smartest people of the world cannot make an antidote right now to solve. China, Italy, Europe, those are genius in them parts of the country. CDC have engineers and chemistries. So what I'm trying to say is stop tearing each other down. This is to make us look at life and make us learn. It's prisons being built. Then they say the locust is eating up all the crops. You got tornadoes coming like out the sky, just tearing up schools. You got water coming from the ground. Pay attention to the signs. And we're still acting the same way. We're still acting the same way. This is the Gidget Lewis Show. We're trying to bring knowledge to the community. Stop tearing down your brothers and sisters. Stop thinking everything is funny. It's a joke in life. Life is not a joke because today, biblical days, they lived a long time. Thousands and thousands of years. Then when my growing up era came, my family was living 70 to 80. And we got some people living to 100. But now, hey, heart attacks. Worried about your bills. Worried about keeping up with the Joneses. These cars, this jewelry, all this here. Relax. Calm yourself down and relax. Learn how to love you first. Because if you learn how to love you and be a friend to you, hey, you can be a friend to everybody. Now, if they don't respond to you, that's them. But you know you did everything you was supposed to do. You know, we got to learn that life is short. And today you here and tomorrow you gone. I got a lot of people calling me about my brother. My brother passed in 2011. I had to get his body from a system and bury him in society. I had to get a funeral home, which I give a shout out to Bill Clare, and go get my brother's body from Texas Department of Correction and bring his body here, or they would have put his body in a box and buried him because he was awarded to TDC. And he was a non-violent offender on a Justice 3, which was supposed to be a mental ill unit, which they were supposed to watch him because he was isolated, and he died. He died. How do you have a mental ill patient die in an isolation room of suicide? And they covered it up. I had to get a phone call and had to take my brother's body from Texas Department of Correction. They said I had not even a couple of days to retrieve his body. So I had to call Bill Clare on Sophomore. Bill Clare Mortuary on Sophomore. I had to call him. He sent and he picked up my brother's body from TDC. So if you need a good funeral home that'll work with you, I give shout outs to Bill Clare Mortuary. Because if it wasn't for Bill Clare, I don't know where I'll be today. He worked with me. He really did. He worked with me and he helped me put my brother away really good. This is the Gidget Lewis Show. I want you to know that you have communities that are backing you. You know, I was talking to one lady who used to work for the mayor office. And she said, Gidget, I went to college for 5 years. And I used to work for the mayor office, but when the mayor ran, you know, they had to step down after the mayor didn't win his election. I don't think it's Mayor Sylvester Turner, though. So she said she met a lot of people. She's saying, she helped a lot of people start things, a lot of artists start things. She called for different people. And she said today people look at her and just walk on by. She said she never even got paid for her knowledge. And I told her, I said, well, you know what? Sometimes God got to humble us and create things in the atmosphere to bring other connections there. You know, I said, you can't get mad who you help. You just take the knowledge that you learn. You can't be bitter. She said, but other people stepped in and took my credit. I said, they can't ever take your credit. They can't ever take your place. They could just start it from what they know. But you'll always be recognized for what you know. You know, A lot of people can't come in and take your place. They can imitate you all day long, you know, but they can never go as far as you can go, because people put on fronts and facades. They try to imitate you. Imitation don't last long. People gonna find you out because guess what? You get wore out being an imitator. But when you're yourself and you're unique, you'll last longer than anybody because you know who you are in life. See, this is the Gidget Lewis show, and what I'm trying to do is tear down all these strongholds around people. I'm trying to get you to understand that it's more to life than just the love of money. You know, people feel like when they got money, oh, I want to be around this person. I want to be, they ain't got nothing, I don't want to be around them. You never know who God gonna use. One day this person could have it all, and God could strike this person down and give it to all this person. So you never know. You can't judge a book by its cover. A lot of people tell me, I'll get you this, that. I'll be wanting to hear it. I just hangs up the phone, man. Because this is the Gidget Lewis show, and I want to bring real life affirmation to people. We've been tore down too much. It's time to show love. When I look around, I see the young boys sagging. I don't see men trying to teach courses to bring men back in suits. They think it's okay to have them pants sagging all the way down past their butt. It's not okay. Society is teaching our young generation a whole nother course. Sagging your pants that low. I watched a little raid go on yesterday. I was driving to my office, and the laws had a little young girl and a little young guy right there by the store. Well, if you wide open, what you think the law gonna do? They gonna ride up on you. You on the street corner in broad daylight, loud yelling, loud orange on. Come on now, who right there? You ain't in the store playing games. You gonna get caught. I mean, the little senseless thing. Then they got kids stealing all these trucks on a high-speed chase. They jumping out cars. Man, talk to your nephews and your nieces. I know life is hard, but they got these summer programs that's finna start. Get them involved in something. Help them and stand in. Stop always saying, oh, that ain't my business. That ain't my problem. Be a mentor to somebody younger than you. Mentor somebody around you. I don't care if it ain't your child. I don't care if it ain't your nephew or your niece. I don't care what color they are. I do tax and I do every color that's a color of a human being. I don't discriminate. I had a man come in my office and tell me, oh yeah, we do taxes next door and we sell real estate and we do cars. I say, sir, I don't care. I pay for this office. You don't have to come. You know, it's like a dog. When you move, when you go in the house, the dog gonna bark. Roof, 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 roof. Okay, they come from downstairs on the first floor to the 6th floor. Okay, so, oh, well, I'd never speak to you again. I didn't let that distract me. Then when I got my office, they say, oh, we got 12 offices here that do taxes. I didn't let that deter me. You can't let things detour the course of what you're set on. If you're set to be a rapper, let's use Megan Thee Stallion. You got a lot of rappers out here. In 6 months, Megan took off like that. She didn't do drugs. She drunk, sociable, because that was the media. She was trying to sell a liquor. But my thing is, you have to separate yourself from the drugging, the sitting, all the talking. Of course, a lot of people gonna keep you distracted because they see the fire in you. And when you have fire and it's been lit, nobody's gonna pat you on the back and say, great job. You're doing good. Look at Cardi B. They tried to belittle her on what? Love and Hip Hop. Nobody wanted to help Cardi B. But look at Cardi B today. She's a wife, she's a mother, and she's an artist for the world. You got to understand when power is put in your position. And Cardi say all the time, don't be like her, be greater than her. You got to open some doors for yourself like Nelly. Nelly said before he got started, he had 100 people turned him down, but he had one yes. Stop letting people detour you and making you feel like you're not great enough. You are great enough. I don't know if I'm reaching out to somebody on the Gidget Lewis show, but if I could just reach that one person and help you change your course, because I know life been through curveball. I know you feel disappointed. I know you feel like a failure. You know, when I do my tax store, somebody said, well, Gidget, you need to let people pass out this and do this. Do you know I market for myself? And when I can't market no more, when I call all those friends, girl, they ain't got time. They be like, girl, she do tax. I ain't helping her make no money. But when God give you a vision and a dream, it's yours. That means you need to do your marketing. That means when people walk out on you, guess what? You need to be able to know what you know in order to open your business. That means you need to know your skills and what your skills consist of. I had people I hired. I opened another store. I had to shut it down. But I let the store open because the man gave me an opportunity. And I thought by giving other people opportunities that they would take it. Once again, that store failed. But it's not my fault because I gave jobs to people that say they was in need. And all they had to do was just sit there. They didn't even want to just sit there. They complained about that. But I still paid them. I shut the store down because I have my store, which is my office, that I do taxes because I had to learn that people want to see you because it's your business. So by me being a business owner, I have to realize everybody don't want to do what you do. So that's why I'm bringing it to the Gidget Lewis show, because I want you to know that everybody's not going to be behind you when you have a business, because they don't want to see you make the money. But they want you to support them, but they don't know how to support you. They're going to bring up every excuse in the world. Like when I'm on my way to the Gidget Lewis show, I always say, you doing your show? I say, yeah. You still got your show? I say, yeah. Why you bagging up people? I said, because I believe in supporting small businesses. Okay? We support small businesses because when you support somebody going to support you. Because they see the commitment and the dedication that you are to somebody. So somebody out the sky gonna just come support you. This is the Gidget Lewis show. What we're trying to bring back is loyalty and commitment and dignity and respect back to the community. Stop looking at, oh, they did it so I can do it. No, you gotta take a stand. You know, when I was little, my grandma told me, if you don't take a stand, you'll fall for anything. You got to believe in yourself. People live in their family dreams, they mama dreams, they daddy dreams. Live your dream. What's your dream? What's your legacy? And then a lot of time people are bitter because their lifestyle was bad as a child. They'll make all this stuff that they did this and this and this and this. They haven't done nothing. Because if you did it as a child, it's instilled in you. You'll do it now. I just look at people. And then they want to know everything you doing. But they haven't even went and done what they were supposed to do. And they get mad at you because you're going in a better direction, like the locomotive. You know, like the little red choo-choo train. I could do it. I could do it. I could do it. You know, I have a friend. I told her I was so proud of her. She went through a hard ordeal. She got her a job. She changed her life. And now she's in college. She's going to be a psychologist. Okay? Coming from a middle-aged class and determined to turn your life around and succeed and become somebody that the world needs to hear their pains and their turmoil and help them change the course of that. Hey, you're going to give a person a pat on the back. That's great. You know, it's never too late to go back to school and get a college degree. It's never too late. A lot of people say, well, I can't do that right now. No, you can start from scratch. You can get your ID. You can get your driving license. You can get your mailing address, even if it's a P.O. box. Then you can go back to school. And you can become somebody that the community to help somebody get over their heartaches and their griefs and their pain. You know, like me. When I lost all my family, I was like, okay, well, what is it for me to do? You know, I could just sit in the house. Go and say, educate the public. I say, educate? I'm going to educate the public. Get them prepared for their hardships. You know, when my family died, I didn't know what to do. I had to learn how to make obituary. I had to learn how to bring bodies, to the hospitals, to be released from the hospital, to the mortuary. I had to learn what open and closed caskets mean. I had to learn how to do a sermon. Because when you go to the funeral home, you got to put all that together. I didn't have no insurance. I didn't know what whole term and life term mean. You got to understand. You have to learn. I didn't know what probate was. I had to self-educate myself. That's why I try to teach a lot of y'all, especially on the Gidget Lewis show, that self-affirmation is good. I could have been tore down on drugs. A lot of people use crutches. Oh, my mama died. Oh, my daddy died. Oh, I lost my child. Yes, it is hard. I lost my son in 2009. He walked out his house and he was executed because the guy wanted to be in a gang. Okay? All he wanted to be was a rapper. My son, that was his dream. He set his whole apartment up with sound mics, the soundproof and all that. Okay? His name was Dre School. He was out of Thurgood Marshall. He stayed in Missouri City. And his name was Dre School. And he rapped. That's all he wanted to do was rap. Okay, but sometimes my life is not what God designed it to be. Okay, he wasn't no bad child. We look for flaws in everything when we're angry. But we need to start looking at the good in things. I have a person all the time, every time you look around, they find the flaws so they can know your weakness. Some people say they for you, they really not. They want to sit back and laugh when you fall. But just like they put stumbling blocks in your path, what they gonna do when they fall? But the curious part about it, they need your help. So they call you to see what you doing. When they get money, you don't hear from them. They disappear just like that. These are the people that not friends. They're associates. They're not the people to be around daily. Because these people want hardship in your life so they can laugh and fit in with somebody else. I have people on my phone call me daily and say, yeah, Gidget, they say you was crazy. I said, what? Who you around for them to say that? People will dig up way in your past in order to try to, put you down. Like they're greater. I could say a lot of things to people, but I have to remember I have talk shows, which they feel like, not going nowhere, but we don't know. People need to talk today. And I have over 500 to 700 followers on my talk show. So evidently we reaching somebody. Okay? We reaching somebody. And if they could just hear a word and change their life, hey, you done something. I had to tell one person, I say, I help people through hardship. The worstest pains of their life. And I thank God that I have an ear to listen. I hear the cries of many people in distress. And I help solve the problem. Whether they set up and stab me in my back and talk about me, hey, that's them. But I know I've been there. Me and God. People will try to shame your character because they want to be in a place that you in. I don't have to front. I'm going to help whoever I can, regardless if you won't help me. Regardless if you stab me in the back or not. I'm going to help you. Because that's what I was taught as a child. I have a sacrifice. And I'm not selfish. So I'm going to reach out to you. I have people call my phone. I'm on Street Flavor on Saturday while we got the tax season going on. And they call me from jail. I don't know half these people. And they swear to God they know me. I just listen to them. Because I know they locked up. People can be anybody they want to be. We don't know these people. But what I do know, I tell them this. They calling about the tax. I tell them to pray. God can make a way out of no way. That's all I know what to tell them. Because you calling my phone and you know you don't have no W-2 or no dependents. You know you don't have no 1099. You know you ain't took out no taxes nowhere. You ain't have no house, no college, no nothing. So all I know what to do is tell him how to pray. God can change any situation around. He can touch any judge's heart. You know, I helped market for the sheriff that was running for office. I helped market for some judges. I don't mind putting my hands in nothing that's positive. You know, we as a community need to learn to support small businesses. I have to emphasize again. Okay, so you have competition, so people this, that. That's not your business. Stop trying to dig in everybody's business but yours, and yours ain't in order. And now you angry, you mad. You calling people on the telephone, looking through people's Facebook page, trying to find numbers. Won't you stop? This is the Get Your Lewis Show. We going on break. Okay, this is the Get Your Lewis Show. We done for the day, y'all. I wish y'all so much love. Plead the blood of Jesus over Houston, Texas. We need all the prayer warriors to stand up. I'm going to be doing a skit May the 16th. You can look on the Facebook page. It's prayer brunch May the 16th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's free to the public. It's sisters tagged in prayer. So a lot of prayer people. My cousin Tara is founding. They got Kim Small. They got Stephanie and Rachel on there. So come out and see us. Look on Facebook page and you can see the all the people in the event that's going on May 16th. This is Get Your Lewis Show. We'll see y'all next week. All right. Bye-bye.
You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. Stay locked and stay tuned.
It's Boss Up Houston Network. Tune in to Boss Up Houston. The Naked Truth. Vibrations from the soil. The Simon's Christian TV show. The Gidget Lewis Show. Breakfast with Sonia. TN